Real estate broker Michael Watkins here again, and today we're going to talk about the last year in real estate and what's going to happen in the upcoming year.
Okay, boy, I'm beating my best, I know. Feeling the buzz, living my life, dancing, let's make some noise.
So most of you know that the last year in real estate has been ridiculous. It's been crazy. All right, housing prices have risen 15, 20, sometimes 25% in some cases, and it's not sustainable, right? I've done videos about this, and for those of you who don't know what's been happening in the last year, I'm gonna recap the real estate market and the limited supply that's been causing home prices to skyrocket. So first of all, we know that there's been a pandemic, right? We know that there's been shortage of labor. We know that there's been bottlenecks in the supply chain. A whole host of things have been happening to cause hardware and lumber prices to go up. Now, other factors that contributed to the housing price increases is the fact that the Fed kept lowering interest rates, right? So people are trying to buy homes when they can get the money cheaper. That's number one. And number two, inflation's also been rising. So all of these factors have contributed to what we've seen in the last year, right? Homes that were going for $350,000 are now going for $400,000 and $420,000. But relax, right? If you're looking to buy a home, it's gonna start to level off, right? And that's what I wanna talk about. Some of the trends that are coming up for 2022 that's gonna stabilize the market and level off home prices so that regular folks can now afford to buy a house. And if you're someone who's selling a house, now is the time to do it. Folks call me up and ask me all the time whether or not the market's gonna crash. No, the market's not gonna crash, but you are gonna see a leveling off, right? You're gonna see things start to stabilize, and that's gonna happen for a couple of reasons. Number one, the mortgage moratorium is gonna be lifted. Banks could not foreclose on people who weren't able to pay their mortgages. They had to either restructure their loan or they had to put their past due balances on the back end of the loan. The bottom line is they had to come to some sort of agreement with their mortgage holders to not foreclose on their homes. This is now going away. So even though you're not gonna see a market crash, you're not gonna all of a sudden see a flood of foreclosures coming into the market like a lot of people are speculating, but you are gonna see some foreclosures. And this is going to add to the inventory in the market. So homes are gonna become available, unfortunately for some people, because this means that if homes are becoming available as a result of foreclosures, it means that there are people who lost their homes. But that's also going to contribute to the stabilization of the real estate market. The bottleneck in the supply chain is going to start to open up. So now you're going to find that real estate builders will be able to hire laborers, right? They're going to be able to get lumber. They're going to be able to get hardware that they need to build homes. And that's also going to contribute to the housing on the supply side, right? There are going to be more homes that are available for sale, and this will eventually make the prices stabilize, if not go down a little bit. The other thing that's going to contribute to the home price stabilization is the fact that interest rates are not going to remain as low as they are right now, right? The Fed is eventually going to end up raising interest rates. So you're going to find that the rates now, the 2.9 and the 3.25% interest rates are going to start to go up, right? So if you're someone who's in the market for a refinance of your home, if you're in the market to buy a home, now is the time to do it, because eventually interest rates are going to go back up. These are historic lows. Now, with that being said, I want to give a quick message to my first-time home buyers, to home buyers overall. If you're in the market for a house, or if you're planning on being in the market for a house, the one thing I want to touch on, and I did a video about this, I'm going to put it up here or here, wherever the link is on YouTube, but the one thing I've seen that I think people really need to work on is their credit. Right? There are a lot of good interest rates out there now. There are a lot of good first-time home buyer grants out there now, and people are missing out on it because they won't qualify. For example, the Bank of America Homebuyer Grant, which is one that I did a video on. I'll also put a link to it here that you can click on and watch to see what the guidelines are for that program. But the thing that folks need to work on is their credit. Right now, for an FHA loan, you only need a 600 credit score, really a 590, 585, somewhere around there. You should be around 600. If you're at 620, you're in good shape for an FHA loan. However, if your credit score is below a 650, you won't qualify for a lot of these home buyer grants that are out there. Guys, there are billions of dollars out there in home buyer grants that you can qualify, you will qualify, as long as you can show, good proof of income, that you're making enough money to pay a mortgage, and that your credit is up to par. And by up to par, I mean at least a 650. I'm addressing that in this video because I've lost count of how many people have called me this year that I've tried to pre-qualify, and the one thing that's stopping them, I mean, I've even had, I can remember off the top of my head, a few folks that had money in the bank. They had, $30, $35, $40,000 saved to buy a house. They had a decent job, and their credit is what was stopping them from being able to pre-qualify. So if it's the one thing that I would stress, I would really emphasize folks working on is your credit. And I did a video about that as well. I'll put a link to that video, putting a lot of links in this video today for you guys to watch, but it really is useful information. So I'm gonna put the link to a video that I did about what you should do instead of hiring credit repair companies that can get your credit to where it needs to be within a few months and get you ready to purchase a home. It's coming up on the holidays. Next week is Thanksgiving. I hope you and your family have a happy, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving. You guys know I post videos every Friday, but for the next few weeks, I'm gonna post maybe some shorts, some short videos. I'm gonna post some tips as usual, but during the holidays, I'm gonna have a lot going on, working on some stuff for you guys. Wait till next year, you're gonna see some really cool stuff to help home sellers and home buyers. So I'm gonna be working on that, so I may take a couple of weeks off with these videos, but as usual, if you like the video, if you like the content, if you found value in it, don't forget to like, share it with someone, and subscribe. Thank you. Enjoy your holidays. Merry New Year. Happy Christmas. Have a good day.
Merry New Year! Happy New Year. In this country, we say Happy New Year. Thank you for correcting my English with Steve. I am Nanja Ibuko, exchange student from Cameroon.